Welcome to the 11th episode of the Transient Thoughts podcast. Today I'd like to talk about belief and understanding. I don't believe in evolution. I understand that evolution is a process that exists. There are mutations that happen occasionally in the genetic coding of various animals or various entities. Sometimes it's not animals, because not everything's an animal, but most things go through a form of evolution. And evolution is simply just change over time. And these changes can be documented. And when something survives and it has a certain trait, it passes that trait on. Sometimes that trait happens, sometimes it doesn't. The concept of like blue eyes versus brown eyes. A parent who has brown eyes, who has kids with somebody who has blue eyes, chances are the brown eyes are going to happen anyway. It's even possible for two parents who have blue eyes to have a brown-eyed child, because blue eyes are recessive and brown is dominant. So you have traits that get passed along, and sometimes these traits die off because they didn't have a chance to breed beforehand. In my vernacular, that is what understanding is. I don't believe in God, but I understand that God exists because of the influences that the belief other people have affect on our world. Whatever God it is, it doesn't matter to me. There are people in this world who believe God exists and believe God is real, despite any evidence, and that's perfectly fine. What's not perfectly fine is when you have negative behaviors that are associated with this belief. Now, I'm not going to care about the people, well, I will care about the people who do positive with their belief. That's perfectly acceptable. I'm not going to care in the sense that I'm not going to focus on them, because they're doing the world a good thing, and we generally don't focus on the good. We focus on the bad, because we want that to stop, or we want to go away from it. That's a survival trait that we have. We want to get away from the negative. We remember the negative. We want to learn from it. That's how we learn, is through making mistakes. The existence of God may not be real. I understand that God exists because other people influence the world based on their belief. Some may argue that this is semantics, or that I'm being pedantic about something, but I feel that it is necessary to focus on this, to really pay attention to your word usage sometimes. Yes, if you do it all the time, it gets annoying, and you have a harder time bonding with people. Well, that's probably why I have a hard time bonding with people, to be honest. But at the same time, if we don't catch ourselves, if we simply follow things blindly without evidence, we put ourselves at a disadvantage. We believe things, or we at least showcase to others that we believe. And then those others may or may not have the power to affect us. And sometimes it's not legal, and sometimes it is. You know, you shouldn't be discriminated for your religious beliefs when it comes to an employee, but it also depends on your actions. So I may not be able to discriminate you if I'm an employer based on whether or not you believe in God, but I can discriminate against you if you act in such a way that is directly influenced by your beliefs. I can't fire you for your beliefs, but I can fire you for your actions, or lack thereof. Or I can just not hire you because your actions are predicated on your beliefs. If you don't want to work Sundays and I need people who work on Sundays, I'm going to hire somebody else. Plain and simple. Seek to understand more than it is to believe, but also believe, because sometimes belief is necessary. If you believe in yourself, you may not have evidence that you're an amazing or talented person, but believing in yourself and believing in your friends and the people you care about will not only help the individual that you believe in, but also the people around them and the people who care about them too.